I know what I thought about too. It took me back to when we was kids, bro. She don't belong to you, man. That's not. She's not for you, man. She's
Yeah,
not for you, bro.
that was the first thing I thought about.
It took me to the conversations I would have with my dad and my brothers about essentially not being pussy whipped or fighting over women.
I thought about I've never done this, thank God. But I thought about the homies who see a girl, they try to go get her number. She hit the nigga with the matumbo. Fuck you then, I didn't want your number anyway.
Niggas be mad bothered.
Yes, you did.
You did want the number.
Yes,
you went over there and you asked for it.
That failed attempt hurt.
But in accordance to the law, Law 36, disdain things you cannot have. Ignoring them is the best revenge. That's the first thing I thought about.
Come on.
Fuck you then anyway. Your ass is small. Hey man. Them words hurt.
I'll take it a step further. Didn't it always seem like the guys who didn't try or the guys who show no interest in the girl that you particularly like may have had interest in, she was always talking about the guy who showed her no attention. And I'd be like, bruh, he don't even care about you. He's not even looking at you. Why are you on his nuts so heavy? You over there swinging hard and he ain't even looked at you. Meanwhile, I'm standing over here. I'll do anything for you. I give you the world. But that's why. That's exactly why. She don't want that.
That's when niggas was playing that beta ball.
Man.
Playing that good beta ball.
Running in circles.
Going nowhere fast.
In the damn hamster wheel. It's the hamster wheel. Straight up.
This was funny. It was really funny. Cause you let me look at my notes.
Oh yeah, what do you mean? What do you think they mean by having the disdain for things you can't have? Do they mean grow a hatred for it, or is it tied into the emotional check?
I think
I'm gonna start using that phrase because it's the emotional check is the difference maker, right? The difference maker between us reacting and us responding. So if we can choose to check that, if we can control our emotions again, then we can say, you know what? That's not for me. I know I want that. I may have had a particular liking to it or a desire for it, but I know that this is not for me because it was for me. I wouldn't have as much difficult in attaining it, or it will be given to me in a particular way where it won't hurt me or put me in a position to hurt myself.
Right.
So that's the difference. So we can do that. I think we can learn to say, you know what, or maybe I can have it, just not right now. If I go about it in a different way, I can acquire
it. I like when you used hate. Disdain, a feeling of contempt for someone or something regarded as unworthy or inferior. I think it's kind of having an indifference, because hate and love are both what? Very intense emotions.
It's a very thin line. It's the same. It's the
very
same thing.
Yeah. So I don't think you would want to hate it per se, because if you hating it, you're giving it too much emotional energy. The same as if you're loving it. If you're loving it, you're giving it a ton of emotional energy. But if you're indifferent to it, it's kind of like you don't care. So I think it's kind of having that indifferent, because if you're indifferent, you are kind of ignoring it.
For sure.
Like, oh, whatever. Like that's not gonna add time to my day.
So is that like a could we say the disdain for the in terms, speaking in terms of right now? Could you say you grown disdain for IG models?
Yeah.
Because I can appreciate I can appreciate the IG model, right? But is that for me? Is that for me in what I'm doing, where I'm going? Um, is it helping me in any way? Is it more of a distraction?
It ain't helping. I can tell you that much.
Damn sure ain't helping.
Like,
And I really hate to use that, but I'm trying to just come with the something as simple as, you know,
I'm about to
something that we all can relate to in these times.
I'm gonna open a lot of people's eyes, and some people gonna be hurt by it. Women are the most beautiful and abundant thing on the planet. We've always knew there were beautiful women on the planet. Like, we from LA. Like, we done been to other cities. It ain't too many other cities getting with what we got. It's a ton of beautiful women just in our city.
A dime a dozen, baby.
At a dime, bro, you a nickel.
Some pieces.
A nickel. All IG and other social platforms has done is shown you a ton of other beautiful women everywhere else. Now,
so it's like there you go. I got you.
To get sucked into that, but that's also for guys who ain't never had one. So you can pop up on the Explorer page and I could just scroll right past you because you're not doing nothing to enhance. If it's not stimulating my pockets or my mind, it don't serve a purpose. And watching you pose ain't serving no purpose for me. So to answer G, yeah, I do. Like, I observe the hell out of this law in that aspect because it's just kind of like it is scrolling right past you is ignoring you. I'm not clicking on it. I'm not liking it. It's just like, oh, another cute girl in the bikini. And now times is different. It ain't like the 90s where them was just women. A lot of these women is GMO. Shout out to you, sis. Be pretty however you need to be. But yeah, bro, it serves no purpose for what I got going on and what I'm trying to
do. Agreed.
And one of my notes is put your energy somewhere else. If you know you can't have something, it's think about a guy who's a two-sport athlete. He's great in one sport, but he's really good in the other one. I got the chance to be an all-time great over here. I'm just going to be very good over here. It's probably better for you to put your energy where you could be an all-time great instead of where you could be very good. You're just going to get more on your investment. And if we looked at more aspects of our life as investments, we'd operate differently.
Absolutely. Look at your talents and your gifts and things that you're good at as an investment. Yep.
We'd operate differently.
Putting your energy into things where, because I've done that. I've transgressed that law several times, where I'm putting energy into things where I'm just good at, when that energy needed to be implemented into things that I was great at.
Yeah. That's also how you become a great leader. noticing what you're not good at, and then you assign that shit out and do the shit that you're great at. Focus on that.
I know John and I, we have this conversation a lot about the acting world, and among other things, about seeing others who are doing the things that you want to do. And he's like, do you feel a way about that? And I don't feel a way about that, because that's another way that I grow disdain. It's not for the person or anything like that. It's I've acquired disdain for things that I know aren't for me, because I only want what's mine, and I know what's mine, because I know I'm working towards that, and I'm receiving I'm receiving confirmations that I'm doing the right things and I'm headed in the right direction, and the necessary steps that I'm taking, I'm receiving the blessings. I'm receiving the things that are coming to fruition. You know what I'm saying? In those arenas. So I only want what's for me. I don't want what's other people's. You know, because that's theirs. And one quote, I got this one quote. I'm gonna end with this quote: "Life is not about having everything you want, but wanting everything you have." So I think that ties into this as well. You can't have what's not yours. You know, that's more of an ego-driven purpose. You know, that's that chasing the cat. You know, in a sense, people want what they can't have, and they'll spend their whole life trying to get it, and then when they finally get it, they realize like, oh shit,
was it worth it?
That wasn't for you anyway, bro. That wasn't your speed. That wasn't your race. And now look, the grass ain't greener on the other side. And you went chasing for this one thing that wasn't never yours to begin with. It was for everybody, or it was just for that particular crowd over there. That wasn't for you. But now you see why. And then you can't get your time back. Back to the previous law. You've wasted so much time trying to acquire something that was never for you.
Bad investment.
There you go.
I like the quote on the top of 305. Says, kick him, he'll forgive you. Flatter him, he may or may not see through you. But ignore him and he'll hate you. And dog,
that's deep.
It really
that's
is.
Deep. That's deep.
I will think about
don't acknowledge him. You don't acknowledge him.
Think about
you ignore him. That's killer.
That's like tying something around your finger until it fall off.
Think about
you starve it to die.
We lived a life. Think about some of the relationships that you had that wasn't the best. And think about when you know you can still get a reaction out of somebody. And then think about when you try to get that reaction and your ass get ignored.
You're like, oh, I lost it.
You get left on red.
It's gone.
Nigga, that
it's
shit
gone.
That shit is way getting ignored is way worse than getting cussed at.
Straight up.
And that's when that disdain has set in. And it's just like, not, as G would say, not for me. Yeah. So y'all, disdain those things you cannot have. Ignoring them is the best revenge. Straight up.
Straight like that.
Keywords.
Focus.
It's been right good.
Discernment.
Mm. I went from what was in the. I went with disdain because a lot of people hear that word, but they don't know what it means. So yeah, disdain. Hey y'all, we got 12 more laws to do. 12 more. Stay locked in. Stay
Yeah.
locked in. Like, comment, subscribe, share. Tell us something you ignored that you know you couldn't have.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Drop it in the comment. Tag somebody you know, have them drop it in the comment. Other than that, like I said, we got 12 more to go. Dos más. Yeah, blessings.
Love.
Peace.